Hi, good to see you there. We are in the laboratory since we're not in school, and this whole rest of the school year was really heavy with labs, tons of labs, really fun stuff. And so today we are doing the plant chapter. We are on seeds, and the lab we would have done in class is pretty cool. You would be setting up these petri dishes with some seeds, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that, and then we're going to let them sit around for a while and see what happens. Okay? And cut them so that they fit inside the petri dishes. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put the paper towel inside the petri dish, but we've got one that's folded, right? It's going to create this little ledge that we're going to set the seeds on, but I'm going to turn it over so they don't fall through it. And then I'm going to use a pipette. I'm going to put some water on this, just enough to get it wet so it's sticking to the petri dish. Okay, like that. All right. So do you see that kind of sort of in the shadow, maybe a little shelf right there? It's very tiny, but that's what we're going to be setting the seeds on. And then we're going to keep this upright. We're not going to have it like this. We're going to keep it upright so that we can actually observe when we put the seeds here what comes out first and whether it goes up or down. And how does it do that? Okay, so that's how we're going to set each of these up. Now, most of us know you put seeds in soil when you add water to them and they grow. What part comes first? What do you think? What comes first? Roots? Stems? Leaves? And when whatever comes out first comes out of the seed, how does the shoot, the stem, know to grow up and the roots to grow down? Can it tell? What do you think? Two different types of seeds. These are rye seed. These might look familiar from the living, non-living, when we were putting things in vials and trying to see if they would do anything to prove whether they're living or not.
Well, this is living, and these are seeds because there's one right here that's sprouted.
Okay, these are radish seeds. Okay, so we have rye and radish. What we're going to try to do is discover which of them are monocot and which are dicot. So we've got a whole thing where we've talked about with seeds that depending on the type of seed and how they grow, mono means one, di means two, and it's really hard to tell by looking at a seed what's going to happen to it, right? So what I'll do is we'll set these on the paper towel, and we want, just two or three, well, let's do a few more just in case. So I'm going to start with the rye seeds for no particular reason, and we're going to have two of the petri dishes are going to have rye seeds, and then two are going to have the radish seeds. That little shelf is there because we're going to set them up so they're like this and they don't fall off. Okay, and then the radish seeds. This is a little more interesting because they're kind of round and they roll off really easily, so we'll have to be careful. Now, here's the deal. This is where it gets fun. Why am I doing two of each type of seed? What we're going to do is, let's try that again. What we're going to do is we're going to put them in different environments. Now, the reason I'm sitting outside here is because we're going to have them outside, because at school, I would put them in the windowsill in the classroom. I don't really have a handy windowsill where I live, but I have this balcony. So what I'm going to do is make sure I'm going to put just a little more water in each of them. And in the afternoon, it gets really warm and sunny out here, and what I'm gonna have to do is come out here as the sun starts to set probably, and make sure they didn't get all dried out, right? So we put the tops back on the Petri dishes, like so. All right, and this is where we got to get a little bit creative, because in school we have these things, they're called sprouting chambers, and they're these fancy things that are made to hold these kind of on an angle so that they kind of stay put. Don't have that, so we have a shoebox. Now, the shoebox is going to hold a couple of them. I'm going to tape them so it stays in the shoebox, and then we're going to close the shoebox on 2 of the Petri dishes. It's going to be in the dark. The other 2 we're going to keep outside of the shoebox so they're going to get sunlight. Okay, so let me set that up. So just to go over this again, we have radish seeds and rye seeds. We have radish seeds and rye seeds. We're going to close those 2 up in this box so that there's no sun coming in. And then we've got these 2 out here that have sun. I will come back in a little while after the sun goes down and make sure that they're still have water and they haven't completely dried up. And then we'll check on them every day.
"24 hours later."
We are on day 2, 24 hours later. We're gonna see the results, see what's happened so far, okay? So let me turn my laboratory around. You can see there's condensation, so we can't see anything in there. So what I'm gonna do is open these up. These are the ones that have been exposed to the sunlight. There you go. These are the rye seeds. You see any changes? Not much different, huh? No? Okay. Take a look at the radish seeds. How are those? Nothing different? No. The cameraman is shaking his head no. All right, let's see what happens inside. The ones that have not been in the sun 24 hours later. I'm not seeing condensation. That's different. Let's see the rye seeds. Can you zoom in on those? Are you seeing anything different there? Not much happening 24 hours later. And the radish seeds, anything happening there? So it looks like one of them is broken open a little bit. Maybe just a tiny bit. But it's only been 24 hours. We've done nothing but add water, so I'm gonna make sure they're all wet still, and we'll leave them for another 24 hours. So let's put them back the way they were. Closing the box. Dun dun dun. Turn them back to face the sun. It's been 48 hours now since we first planted our seeds in our little Petri dishes, and let's find out what's happening in the lab today. Another sunny day in the laboratory. All right, here we go. So on this side, we have rye seeds. Get in close there. What do you see happening?
Stuff's like kind of coming out of it.
Maybe stuff coming out of it?
Kind of discolored around it.
Okay, and here's the radish seeds.
A few of them are cracked open.
Yeah. Okay, not huge changes. We don't see anything really coming out of the seeds yet.
Nope.
Okay, let's see inside. Okay, the rye seeds, do we see anything different happening there yet?
Not really.
Not a whole lot going on. And we have Radish seeds. What's going on there?
They're cracked open even more.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that one right there. You see that?
Stuff coming out of it.
Yeah. What's coming out there, do you think? Is that a root or a shoot or a leaf?
It kind of looks like a leaf.
Does it? Okay, so we're going to have to see what happens. So it's been 48 hours. We're going to stick the tops back on here. We're going to put it back in the dark. Good night, little seeds. And then we'll put these lids on and turn them back to the sunlight and leave the lab for the night. We will see you next time. Let's see. It'll be 3 days tomorrow. We're gonna do this probably for 5, 6 days, maybe even a week. We'll see what happens. Okay? All right, till next time. We're back. We are on day 3. We have visitors over there. There they are. They're building a house behind us, so if you hear lots of noise. We also have a visitor there who we had to lock out of the balcony because she won't shut up. Yes, yeah, you. Yeah, that's Frisbee, so our special guests. So, turn around our lab table thingy here. And we're going to start with the rye seeds that have been in the sun. Or the clouds, whatever. What do we see? Anything happening there?
Not much.
Not much, yeah. 3 days and it still isn't doing a whole lot there. Put that back on. What's going on with our radish seeds?
Some stuff starting to come out of them.
Is there a little tiny? We
Yep.
can see little bits. Yeah, a little bit of activity. Very good. Okay, and then dun dun dun. Okay, let's start here with the rye seeds.
Some of them are splitting.
Are they? A little bit? Yeah, still not much going on. Okay. And
There's
radish seeds.
plants coming out.
Yeah, and some of them fell. I'll put them back up there. There. Yeah, look at that. What do you think now? Remember yesterday we said that you said one of them looked like you thought it was maybe a leaf coming out. Does it still look like that?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. And so these little ones that have those little things there, you think those are roots, shoots, or leaves?
Shoots.
Shoots. Okay. If they are shoots, would they be growing up or down?
Up.
Up. Okay. So they're kind of, you know, going every which way right now. So we'll find out.
The one on the right looks like a root, but the one on the left looks like a shoot, kind of.
Okay. And there's this little one in the corner here that's kind of going sideways. So, yeah. So normally in class by now we would probably be leaving them over the weekend, but we have the luxury of not having weekends since we're doing school from home. So I am going to continue to check these every day, and we'll see what's happening. So far, the most activity from the radish seeds that have been in the box. Might be surprising to some people that without sun, they're still managing to grow. Wonder why. If you watched the seed dissection video, you already know. We're going to close them back up again, turn them to face what would be the sun if the sun was out, and we will take a look at them in 24 hours.
Day 4.
All right, Ooh. Day 4, right? We're on day 4. So back in the lab. It's a cloudy, cool lab today. And let's take a look. All right, where are we starting? We're starting with rye seeds. And what do you see?
Stuff's coming out.
Yeah?
Some of them.
What does it look like? Roots, shoots, or leaves?
Looks like roots. They're going downwards.
All right. Okay, let's take a look at the radish seeds. What do we see?
Stuff coming out downwards, so like roots.
Yeah, there's one down at the bottom there that looks like it's growing.
Yeah.
Something going on there. Yeah? Okay. In the box. Let's take a look at the rye seeds.
There's one coming out from the right.
Mm-hmm.
Going down, so go roots. Some of the other ones.
Yeah. There's a dog. So the rye seeds, we do see some action, and then
there's a lot going on here. There's like roots going down. There's leaves. There's like stems going upwards.
Okay. Can you get? I don't know if you can get that one real close, but can you get really close in on some of the stuff that's coming out? Does it look fuzzy, or what does it look like?
Almost slimy.
Slimy? Okay. Just looking for words to describe it. Yeah. Excellent. All right, so we'll put the caps back on. This was day 4. And we'll give it another 24 hours and do it all over again. Day 5. Here we are, back in the lab. We're gonna take a look, see what's happened to the seeds after 5 days. Starting with, like we usually do, rye seeds. What's going on? You see anything more there than yesterday?
Kind of the same as yesterday, roots coming out.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on, but yeah, definitely something growing. Yeah, okay. Looks like that one at the bottom is really moving around, doing a lot. The paper towels, I've added water. They're still really got a lot of water in them, so don't know what's going on up there, but yeah. So we are seeing growth. What do you think is going on down here? What's the white part?
I think the white part is like the root, and then like the red part is kind of like the stem.
All right, I think I probably agree with you there. Yeah. All right, let's look inside. We have the ones that were in the dark. Let's zoom in nice and close to that one, see what's going on, because it looks from up here like there's a lot more going on in this one.
Yeah, there's pretty long roots. One of them's like cracked open.
Yeah, how about the third one from the right there? Almost looks like there's a shoot or something coming out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And
there's a lot going on here.
The radish seeds that have been in the dark.
Looks like there's roots and stem, and it's going upwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the initially the first thing that came out that we weren't sure of, right? If it was a root or a shoot or a leaf, what was that first thing?
I think it was a leaf.
You still think it was a leaf? Do you see any leaves now?
That one kind of in the middle. That's kind of going downwards. Those look like leaves.
Okay, that's actually the seed coat that came off. We're gonna see in the next couple of days, but the very first thing that's coming out, these longer pieces, those are roots, right? And when they first came out, I remember you saying that you thought it was a shoot because it was going up, right? You might notice now that it's turned itself around. So the first thing that comes out is the root, and if it happens to be coming out from the top, it'll actually turn itself around so that it goes down. Do you know why it does that and how it knows?
No.
How does it know to grow the root down and the shoot up? Gravity tells the roots to go down and the shoots to go up. When the shoot comes up out of the soil, the cotyledon is pretty much gone because it's used it all up for its energy to break through the soil and for the roots to go down. And then when the leaves open up, they start the process of photosynthesis. I'm going to close these back up. And I'm actually going to leave these for another couple of days before we check them again. And we will see what happens. See you next time.
One eternity later.
I was going to wait for another day before we did anything else with this. But we came out because I was going to grab the celery that we were doing for the other lab. And I noticed though that there's a whole lot going on inside, not so much outside. And so you can see with the rye seeds, they're really taking off now. I was going to wait till tomorrow to show you that, but wow. All right. But what I really want to point out is this one over here. The one on top here, you can see the leaves. And if you remember back a couple days ago when my cameraman thought that the other part were leaves, that was actually the seed coat that had broken open and the cotyledon and everything attached to it. So you can still see down here with this one where the seed coat broke open and is still down there, but now you have the leaves coming out. So you can see the root, the fuzzy root, right there. And then the stem or the shoot and the leaves. Let's look at this time-lapse video. I'm going to give you a chance to see that the roots come out first, then the shoots, and these are like the rye seeds. These are monocots, one leaf. The next one are dicots, the roots first, and you notice the roots move out in all direction. They're fibrous roots, the shoots, and then the leaves. There's more than one there. There's two leaves. That's the dicot. And here, I'm going to take this little guy out because it's got a nice long root. You notice? Let's bring this up here. You see it good? Mm-hmm. You notice how it's not coming off the paper towel easily? Those roots are clinging to it. And that's what they do to the ground. The roots cling to the ground. Look at how big that is. You see that? We're making a video. Go ahead, show the video. Oh no, I like it when there's interruptions because it's more real.